Aldo, I don't know how it could have gone any better, right? Is that how you feel? Talk about your performance tonight.
It's surreal, man. There's no words to describe it. I expected a dog fight with Cory. I thought it could potentially go 3 rounds. I expected to eat a lot of big shots coming in with the stepping knees, the kicks that he brings, and the switch stancing that he always does. And it couldn't have gone any better, man. Go out there, put the pressure on, maybe eat a couple shots and get him down to the ground and take him to our world.
It's not like we've never seen you fight in this way, but it was like very apparent tonight. I mean, you almost came out from your corner in a sprint. Why did you decide that was going to be the way to fight Cory Sandhagen tonight?
I think a guy like that, you got to set the tempo. You can't let him get started with his rhythm. They were saying take away his rhythm. I was like, you guys don't understand. I'm taking away his rhythm. He's going to have to fight the wrestler who's going to be constantly level changing and looking to drag this guy down. There is no rhythm that he's going to be able to dictate. And I think wrestling really does dictate the pace of the fight. It makes you a little bit more conservative on the feet with your strikes. The only thing I have to be cautious about is running into a knee. And the last time I did that was when I had no respect for Marlon Moraes' ground game, and I kind of got over-anxious, overzealous, and just shot him blindly with no setup whatsoever. As you guys can see, man, it's different. When I'm setting stuff up, I'm a hard guy to fight, and especially, like I said, when it hits the clinch, it hits the ground. Good luck.
And it worked out perfectly for you because, Dana White had said that this was a #1 title contention, but it's always nice when you put a stamp on it, right? Was that in your mind at all, that like, it's not enough to win this fight, that I need to put a stamp on it, or were you just thinking win tonight?
I was just thinking win, but you know what, man? I was beating myself up. I didn't really sleep last night with all the stuff going on in the world, and then the fight, thinking about so many different scenarios, thinking like I'm going to be busted up. What if he's faster than I think he is? What if he's stronger than I think he is? And, I beat myself up at night, and I barely slept, man. I probably slept a total of 3 hours, and I had to take like a power nap during the middle of the day to try to rest up and make sure I come in here a little bit more fresh and reinvigorated, So to go out there and do it the way I did, I was expecting a dogfight, and then this morning, this evening when we got to the back room, I was just telling myself on the bus ride, it's like, why can't you finish him in the first round? If you get him down, why can't you not finish him in the first round? You do it to everybody else if you're training, so what's the difference? And I had to put that in my mind, like, you know what? If we get him in a good position in the first round, let's sell out. And let's just let the cards fall out, and let's just make this fight entertaining and see what the hell happens.
And obviously it worked out for you. You got the tap, and then you stood up, and were you yelling for Dana? Is that what you were doing, running around yelling for him?
I was definitely yelling for Dana. I didn't know how to feel, man. I was like, dude, I just took out the #4 guy in the world like this, who just took out a Sunstyle guy who beat me a couple years ago in a split decision, and he pretty much controlled it and dominated the fight. He took out John Lineker. He took out some good guys, man. Got a couple of finishes, a lot of hype behind him. The Dominic Cruz 2.0. And for me to go out there and do it the way I did, I think that made a statement. I know there's still going to be some non-believers out there. I don't care. Don't believe me. Keep betting your money on the other guy and keep losing your money. I don't care. So at the end of the day, I know what I believe in. I believe in myself, my team, my abilities, and I always double down on myself.
Was Dana there? Did you get to have an interaction with him, or was he not in there?
I think they might have like a booth somewhere. He probably was able to watch from somewhere, or maybe he watched from back in the place. I don't know, but I was just yelling for Dana. I knew he wasn't probably going to be in the building, but it is what it is, man. I think that long-eluded title shot, I think I finally reached it, man. And I'm just on cloud 9. I can't wait to set the world on fire tonight.
Petr Yan and Jose Aldo, which of those two do you feel like you're going to fight for the title next?
I don't know. I can see Jose Aldo winning. He had a really good competitive fight with Marlon Moraes. Part of that makes me wonder if Marlon was a little bit more tentative from the Henry Cejudo fight, wondering if he's going to gas himself out again, and probably didn't open up as much with the offense. He was very, very low in his output until he decided to sprint at the end of those rounds. And then also maybe the respect factor that he had for Jose Aldo. But it was a close fight. Now, Petr Yan, people are high on this guy. I'm not sure why, coming off of a win over Uriah Faber, who back in his days, that would be a much more competitive fight. And even the first round was pretty competitive, as much of hype he has behind him. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on him. I'm not saying he's not the real deal. He's a tough dude, but he's not my boogeyman. He could be everybody else's boogeyman. And if he's the boogeyman, let me fight him.
Last question, Aljo, but you just said it's a long-awaited title shot, so I'm sure you want it under good circumstances, but you are just coming off of a long camp. Will you stay ready? Because, in the world we live in today, travel's tough. Who's to say that something doesn't happen and they want you to turn around and have a quick title shot against one of those guys? Is that something you'd be open to, or do you want to take some time and rest up a little bit before you get a shot at a belt?
I'm 100% game. I'm going to take about a couple of days off. I got Marab fighting this weekend coming up, and we're just going to stay out here for him. We're going to stay out here for Matt Frivola the following weekend to make sure these guys all get W's as well, and we're going to keep pushing forward. So I'm going to be in shape. I'm making sure I'm doing the right things, and if something does pop up and present itself, Dana White decides, you know what, this is the right fight that we should have made from the jump. Then, hey, you got your superstars right here. You got Petr Yan, you got the Funk Master, so let's sign that dotted line. Let's all get paid.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.